Here now are Mike Johnson, Mike Rupp, and Brian Boyle.
All right, here, T-Mobile Arena, after Game 1, we knew this coming into this Stanley Cup Finals that the Vegas Golden Knights, a lot of the talk was how big they are, how they're gonna stand up against the forecheck of the Panthers. But let's not forget, this is a very talented D-core. And Alex Pietrangelo might be the most all-around talented defenseman. So there's one defenseman that's uber talented on their team, and Shea Theodore, and he was big in that game. And I think it even starts, he's big because he plays his offside. Right. And maybe we just talk about guys like, how difficult is it, even as a forward? I remember playing my offside, and there's some things that I loved about playing my offside. There's some things I hated about it, and most of that was in the defensive zone. It's a tough thing to do.
There are situations where being on your off wing helps. Offensively, you get the puck in the middle of the ice, you can kind of open up your body to the play. But some of the plays you have to make under duress, forward or defense, on your offside are tough. I don't think it's particularly different going back in the corner on your offside. It's more handling plays along the wall to me, because your body's in an unnatural position. The puck's a little bit more dangerous on your backhand. And if you mess up, the consequences are greater.
For sure. I mean, what does everybody want? They want time and space. You're on your offside, you have to handle pucks differently. And guys can get very good at that. But when the play kind of goes awry, when it's not a D-to-D pass, or it's not something that's drawn up, or whatever, if it's a broken play, or if it's a forecheck, or if it's a battle, and you have to expose yourself in different ways, and you don't have the leverage of your forehand to use the wall to make an outlet pass, you have to kind of be blind on your backhand side. To be efficient at that and to not get in trouble with that is a skill that not many can do.
You know how they always say there's no bad pass to a good player, right? We used to always say that to each other. And generally speaking, if you just put it in an area, guys should be able to feel it. But I feel like this is an area that's just the simplicity of going D to D and having those moments when you need to go D to D.
Right.
If you're not under pressure, it's fine. If we back up here, like let's say you're McNabb and you're Theodore's D partner. And, you know, we would be doing this up ice a little bit more. But so to go D to D, if you give me the puck first, it's easy for me to know where exactly to put it. His forehand's right there. So whether I'm passing on my backhand or I'm passing on my forehand, I know I'm going right there. The target is very clear. This is a little bit difficult, I think, even on his D partner. Where do I put this puck? Where does he want this puck? Because you're not looking. He doesn't want, no one's going to do this. You don't want it a direct, you want it kind of open up, throw it to an area, and let me do the rest. And I'm going to keep, this is ideal. He wants to stay open like this. But there's some times where, again, no bad pass to a good player. You're going to get a skunky one. Put one up in here.
Put in the triangle, bury him.
You've got to catch it, and now you're trying to make, in that little bit, you got someone coming up on you. It's different if you have to juggle it around. If I put it in your skates, you grab it, just make a rate of play. That feels more natural. So I find that it's so impressive when these guys do it, and they do it at a high level. He makes it look so easy, and he's under pressure. It just doesn't seem to bother him.
I think it's worth noting, this is the NHL. Not every player is great at taking pucks in their backhand. Like, you watch a lot of players take a hard pass in their backhand, it pops in the air, takes them an extra second to handle it, to settle it. That's what you can't do. When you're playing on your offside in defense, you can't take those extra seconds. So the fact that he is so clean when he's handling it is impressive. And he does a lot of it, as you mentioned, with his legs. He gets himself in the right spot to make the receptions of pucks easier.
Yeah, he lets his legs do the work. And how smooth is he on that? I mean,
Can we go one more? The other part, though, I find very hard for defensemen. On the offensive blue line, on your off wing. Boy, they go up there playing your off wing there. So, again, if you like the idea, if you're Boiler, you take a pass, puck's in the middle of the ice, it's a great spot to attack. You're a better angle, tougher to defend, right? But, all right, Rupper, ring one around the board. So now I'm playing against Boiler. Puck comes around the boards. He doesn't get that clean. Two problems. One, he presents it back. That's a tough hit. The other problem is his body is now outside. If I get a poke, I got inside position. As opposed to if you're on your strong side, I'm handling the puck, but look where my body is. I still can check him. When you go to your backside, you no longer have the body position to make the safer play. So that, I think, is the harder part. Yeah, it's good for one-timers. Yeah, it's good to walk to the middle of the ice. But when pucks come along the boards, that toe pick down the board is really tough when you're offside.
Yeah, he's very good at it. He can come in and he's so good laterally, he can play both ways. And like you said, with his legs, it's incredible. And he also knows when it's danger zone and he backs out. That's another thing. He can get rid of the puck quickly. He doesn't have to be perfect. And that comes with reps. He's done it a lot, but it's a unique skill, and it's obviously great to have if you're a coach.
I'm not sure he gets enough love across the league, because when we're talking about some of the great young defensemen in this league, and he might be a little older than some of them, but he's still a young defenseman, and he's elite. Like, he's up there. I mean, I think you got to have him in the same conversation with certain, if it's Heiskanens and these types of, mobile Quinn Hughes, these types of defensemen that can do a lot of different things.
He was going to be on the Olympic team had the Canadians gone to the NHL's got an Olympic. So he's going to make the Canadian Olympic team. That's where the management of that team thinks. Now, he had a good game, but the highlight of the game was really.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
Robert, work some magic for us here.
Hey, obviously, I'm going to be the one to demonstrate him doing some magic here. But Shea Theodore was incredible. The play, here's the part, guys, and we all talked about it and we were laughing about it. You got to have some guts to make this play at the blue line, especially when you got a guy like Anthony Duclair on you, because we know about him. He's a game breaker. He can break that wide open with speed. And what we were just saying off camera is that forward sometimes might fill in for the D when they went down the wall. I always, the little kid in you comes out and you're like, I want the puck at the blue line. And then once in a while they'd use me, and I would get it. And I'd take a step to come across the middle. And I'm like, I don't really want this puck anymore, because now I have the responsibility of being the last guy back, right? And it's a tough spot. These guys do it all the time, but the patience, the smoothness of Shea Theodore, he ends up starting with it.
Right.
He starts with it on the other side of the ice.
Yeah.
And he grabs it and he starts
Now,
walking
I'm Anthony
the line.
Duclair, great skater. If I get this puck, I get a breakaway. Shea Theodore is not worried about that.
No, not worried. He's coming over and he's pinching me off. And then he does spinorama. Now he comes in and then he cuts back. And he does that cutback on a great skater, okay? Now he gets that, keeps moving, and then, this is the part I love, Johnny, you pointed this out. He takes a step to the inside, closes off Duclair, but the whole time he's stick-handed, he's pump faking, he's giving looks, and he's waiting until he gets to the middle of the ice, and then he fires that puck. Does much better than that. But he fires that puck and scores an amazing goal, but that takes a lot of gumption to do what he did and scored a huge goal for them.
All right, you're going to do full speed? Boyle, you want to try full speed? Let's go.
Hey, don't be blocking this thing. I'll tell you that much.
Goodness.
You're Goodness?
Get out of the way, because he did.
All right,
so this is like 3/4 speed for us.
Yes.
All right? I'm Duclair. Let's go.
All right, so he grabs it. He starts walking across. He's walking, 360, cut back.
Now you gotta
takes
go.
a step to the middle, comes, pump fake, look. Fires a shot.
There it is. There it is.
Almost blocked it.
The big smooth.
He's silky smooth, though.
Yeah.
Silky smooth.
And he makes it so effortless. You think you have him, and you don't.
I hate a defenseman like that. They just, and this thing, the pump fakes when he was coming in, he left everyone, the second layer, the safety net, because they lost the forward, didn't really know what to do because the patience that he had and the threat to shoot the whole time. So you saw Radko Gudas in the middle of the ice trying to block a shot, but he didn't know how long the guy was going to skate with the puck.
And you heard, I think that was the goal, wasn't it, that Bobrovsky said afterwards? It was a screen. It was a screen. I couldn't see. So it almost like it just paralyzes everybody in front of you, because he's pump faking. So you're not committing to anything, and you end up kind of getting in the way of your goaltender. Big time goal.
You can't run out because he'll make you look foolish. So he kind of creeps, and then he just finds a spot to use him as a screen, and it's a goal.